You're Sperp back with another video, and I finally got to checking out Megalopolis. This is Francis Ford Coppola's brand new film. A lot of interesting things about this movie. The fact that it's a $120 million budget, and that's all his money, on the side of just it already tracking to be one of the lowest box office for this year. I didn't really care about any of that. I'm always going to be interested in different types of movies. I wanted to kind of see what the controversy was about this movie, because it seemed like a lot of people just don't like this, or are already kind of mixed with his work as of lately. This is the same guy that made The Godfather. So I'm like, there's no way that this could be that bad. I will say I am mixed with this movie, and I can understand why this isn't going to be a movie for everybody. This is not a movie that is accessible for everybody, the mainstream audience. This is a movie about Adam Driver's character, Caesar, and it takes place in this like fictional version of New York called New Rome. It very much plays off of ancient Rome and the fall of Rome, but kind of having this like sci-fi kind of spin to it. They introduce that when you see Caesar's character about to jump off a building. Not jump off, but he's like on the ledge of a building, and he's able to stop time. Very bizarre kind of thing that they have in this movie that isn't really explained well, or just really explained at all. I can see that being an issue for some people, but it's kind of cool. I didn't have an issue with it. It's just, don't expect them to really explain how the fuck he got that. But he is pretty much a inventor, and he wants to build this utopia, but he is in kind of competition with all these different kind of families that also are rich and have influence. And what I can kind of get from all of this is this movie is about, different ideologies, where Caesar in this, he wants to build this utopia where people can dream, and what I'm saying. And there's a lot of people, like I said, the mayor that's played by Giancarlo Esposito, that clashes with Caesar constantly in his ideas. He doesn't really believe that his future is the way for people to succeed. People need to work. He wants to build this like casino. And then we get introduced to the mayor's daughter, which is the love interest for Caesar, Julia. And that was an interesting kind of arc for those two characters, or just the whole love story between those two and what ends up happening with them. You have Aubrey Plaza in this. She's pretty much like a gold-digging go-getter, trying to just scheme, trying to manipulate all these different families, trying to just get her come up. Shia LaBeouf is playing a very weird antagonist in this, where he is plotting to kind of stop this whole Megalopolis thing, and he's trying to get some power. And it's just very interesting to see all these different characters. But I will say I could see the flaws, like the pacing isn't that good in this. I can understand what Francis was trying to go for in this movie as far as the message, and you see kind of like it's a message about like classism and how eventually society is going to fall, and what's going to be kind of the aftermath in that. It's a very bizarre message. You could get lost in this movie. You could definitely be confused. I think also the dialogue is a little hit or miss. It could be really funny at times, sometimes serious, and sometimes in between. It's very all over the place with the dialogue. And I will say, Adam Driver, this is definitely a very bizarre role for him to play. You know what I'm saying? I can't really describe it, but it's just he's definitely a weird character in this. And he's not the only one. This whole movie is kind of just weird, but visually, there's some things in here that are visually, like, crazy. I was just like, man, that was a really dope transition or a really dope shot. Some of the CGI, there's a lot of CGI throughout this whole entire movie. It's very hit or miss, but when it hits, like that whole scene of the statues moving. That was really dope. There's just a lot of just interesting visuals throughout, and it seems like it's one of those movies. It's more so you can get caught up in just the visuals, and the story kind of takes a back seat, where it starts off where like you can kind of follow it, but then it kind of just drifts off into a lot of different angles where it could definitely confuse the audience. But yeah, I still enjoyed what I enjoyed out of this. I thought it was an entertaining watch. I'm not gonna probably watch this again, to be honest. I just wanted to kind of see it for myself. There's some visuals that I really like, some really dope shots in this movie. Adam Driver and just the whole cast did what they needed to do. You know, I would recommend checking it out. It's definitely like a one-time watch. I don't know if this is going to be something you want to watch in theaters or if you want to wait till streaming. Maybe you're going to want to wait till streaming if it's nothing that's really on your radar. It's nothing you should run out and go check out, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But if you get around to checking this movie out, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.